How you doing, guys? Welcome back to another video. I have finally gotten around to editing this one. I filmed it back in November. Some of the routines and habits that I had will have changed since then throughout the year as I adapted to my life in medical school. However, this is a good example of a week in the life at medical school, a busy week in the life. If you haven't subscribed already, guys, do take a quick moment to hit the subscribe button. It means a lot. And let me know in the comments any questions you have about the video, or if you enjoyed it and you like this kind of content. How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Harry, and today, well, not today, this week, we're doing a week in the life. Hopefully I'll be able to get some good footage of everything that's going on. You might find me just at the computer doing some work for a large portion of this week, and that is simply because today also marks 3 weeks to exams. The semester has absolutely flown in. I cannot believe that exams are in 3 weeks and we finish classes in 2. But anyway, today is obviously Monday. It's the 22nd of November. I have a food shop that's actually due to come. It's 10:15 now, so it's due to come in the next 45 minutes. I'm just gonna get a little bit of work done for the morning. Key thing that I have to do today is I have organized a stethoscope order for my class, so I just gotta finalize that and send that off. But yeah, so starting off the day, I'm just gonna crack on into some anatomy work until my shop arrives. Okay, I think the food order is here. Plenty of goodies. I'm gonna put this stuff away real quick and then try and eat something before clinical skills because I haven't had breakfast yet. Let's go. This is one of the unique benefits of living 3 minutes from your school, which is that it is 11:24 and I am ready for class at 11:30. Happy days, I got 3 minutes to eat this and then we'll crack on. Okay guys, so just back from clinical skills. I haven't filmed this one. I'm gonna film the one on Thursday. Reason why is because it was kind of just one where we were talking about a sensitive topic. It wasn't a particularly, I don't know, entertaining thing to see because I probably would have just done a time lapse, etc. Now, 1:15, so I'm probably just gonna get organized here. I'm gonna eat some lunch and then get a little bit of work done and prep for anatomy. And that is 3 lectures. It's gonna be hard to film that, but I will talk about what we did afterwards as well. I was going to make coffee, don't think I'm going to have time. This is a diary, by the way. Got this recently, absolutely unreal. Keeps my weeks in check. And also, I'm filling out an exam timetable. I wasn't able to record this anatomy session. I just wanted to give you an overview of this session. So it's 3 30-minute lectures. The anatomy tutors will go over the most important points of the week. So here you're looking at the eye, for example. They'll go through blood supply, innervation, all the different anatomy that's relevant for the case that we're dealing with. From there, you will go outside of the class and spend more time on it because each lecture only has 30 minutes. This is one set of slides. There are another 2 sets of slides in this session. We've just come in from an hour and a half anatomy. I'm feeling super tired, probably because I didn't have coffee before I went, so I'm gonna make some coffee now, try and get some work done. I have to go to a quick meeting at 4 o'clock. I'm actually one of the class reps for my year group, so a couple of little things like that have to be covered every now and again. Yeah, that's basically all. Very tired, don't know why. Let's go. So I got a couple of really important things done there. One, I have officially sent off the money and attachments for the stethoscope order, which I've been dealing with for the last couple of weeks, so that's exciting. And also I just had that half an hour meeting, class reps. It's just to sort of clear up any issues that the year had to date, especially coming into exam season. My plan is to basically get anatomy done from now until 8. What I like to do when I'm doing long stints of work is what many people have probably seen and heard of, which is a Pomodoro technique. I literally pull up on Google tomato timer and it's 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. Just a quick side note, as I'm studying, kind of wave of thought that I wanted to mention was one of the really cool things that we have access to, an app that really works as far as visualizing anatomy is concerned, is Complete Anatomy. So I find this so useful. We're going to just show you can probably see there, but one of the things is we don't use cadaver dissection, so you really need 3D visuals to fully get a sense of what you're looking at. If I click on a particular structure here and it's showing one of the sacral nerves, and it'll show you like its origin, supply, branches, cores. Yeah, very, very useful. Right, so the meal that I cooked, this is probably meal number 5 because I freeze about 5 of my meals. Just to give you context beforehand. I made a cod and chorizo new potato tray bake. Looked unreal, right? Yeah, so I'll prep my meals generally on the weekend and then pretty much cook the same meal in the microwave for the next 7-8 days. And yeah, it saves a lot of time, but I'm reasonably adventurous with the stuff that I cook something half decent, or I try. This looked nicer when I made it first. Don't judge. Back to the grindstone. Let me know what you think about this. Kind of feels like every vlog I make is a reaction to everything I just did rather than filming anything I do. So these are relatively new, these boots. Decent Nikes, happy days. No manager today, so it was all a bit of a rush. I was late to training, and then when I got there was still no manager. This is at 8:10, so we just threw together about an 8-on-8 game, so it really wasn't that entertaining. And again, I was very late, so I was kind of jumping straight into it, so I didn't really film anything. What I've just had is football for UL. They play 2 football teams. I play on the second one. There's actually a match tomorrow. Unfortunately I can't go because I've got PBL that I don't really want to miss. Had a shower and now I've just sat down on my desk. It's a little after 10 o'clock. I'm probably going to work for another maybe 2 hours. I don't have that much to do. I'm going to focus on my learning objectives for tomorrow, which is PBL, or problem-based learning. Every time you come in you have a certain amount of learning objectives, or LOs, that are due on that particular day, and then on a Tuesday we finish up the case we've been on and we move on to a new one. So this week's has been genital ulcers, and then tomorrow we'll get a new patient and a whole new set of learning objectives that go with that. Good morning, folks. It is a frosty looking morning. I think I can officially start playing It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas on my Spotify playlist. So I do want to show you how I prep my notes for problem-based learning. For me, I've kind of stuck roughly, well certainly for PBL, with what I started with, and that was the app Good Notes with the iPad. So I don't know if anyone has used it before. I think it's really, really good for organization. Basically, I've got all my folders set up in here. So if I go into, for example, I'm going to go into this because I like the drawings that I did. Good Notes is really useful for getting little drawings in, which is, I think, really helpful for some of the stuff that you have to learn. Anyway, with regards to this morning, I've got to do a couple of things that have followed over from yesterday. It ended up getting very late when I was finishing my extended matching questions, or EMQ questions, and pharmacology. I still wanted to do a couple of flashcards for that. So I'm going to just get those done and then prep my LOs until PBL. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, how's it going, Harry? Welcome to what is the PBL room. Basically, this is one of the first things that I've done outside of my room or anything like that studying, so really exciting. I actually do get out my room, which is great. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
My name is Johan from Toronto.
Simon from Canada. This is my introduction to being on YouTube, I guess.
So we just had a PBL session. I wanted to kind of go through what PBL is like so that people can understand, maybe people who are even thinking about coming to UL. What's a typical PBL like?
So a typical Tuesday is it's usually 3 hours. You spend the first hour wrapping up last week's case. So last week we had a lady who was giving birth with some genital ulcers. And, we were worried about transmission to the baby, stuff like that. So we wrapped up in the first hour, and then in the second half of the session, or the next 2 hours, you start your new case where you kind of are introduced to the new patient and you have to figure out what's going on with them. And there's a lot going on with them this week.
And so what you see on the board is a couple of the last week's learning objectives that each person had to teach. Mm-hmm. So we have some viral antigenic shift and drift, talking about how viruses shed, how antiviral drugs work over here. Wrapping up that case, we finally get into the new case, which talks all about the nervous system and the action potentials.
It keeps you accountable. You have to know everything because you don't know what you'll be called upon to discuss or to teach.
I've never done PBL before. It's always been didactic, but I'd say PBL brings you much closer to your tutorial group, to your peers.
Righto.
Big strength. It's also just a bit of a more fun way to learn, especially in pandemic times. You get to come together, talk about some medicine with your peers.
Mm-hmm. I would echo that. I haven't done any problem-based learning before. You pretty much have 2 deadlines every week to get your work done. Whereas if you're just if you're just set loose and they're like, here's all the lectures, or the lectures that are online, work at your own pace, the exams in December. Like, I personally prefer having this twice a week check-in where I need to prove that I've done the work. Yeah, you definitely get a lot closer with everyone, and it's a good way of having a foundation to learn everything else. So it kind of mixes things up, which I think is really, really important, and it does keep you accountable. Normally we would it works differently in each group, but we take a random number from a bag that our tutor gives us, and whatever number we have to talk about that learning objective on the board. So we might use whatever we want to draw diagrams, just little details, kind of summarizing what's going on.
Okay. So we have the different classes of antibiotics and puzzle guns and microchip. A couple of different classes. We have the viral DNA polymerase inhibitors. So those are the nucleoside analogs, such as guanosine or the non-nucleoside analogs. Inhibit the virus.
Look at Cole. Cole's outside.
Oh, Cole's outside.
He's outside. Oh, there he is. Hang on.
How's it going, Cole?
That's the other thing I should say. When we move on a Tuesday, we will have all the LOs, draw them up on the board, and then that all gets removed, and then we start the new case. So some of what you see here is our hypotheses and information on the next LO.
Herpes simplex virus, if you're not experiencing your primary or your initial immune reaction, it's a reactivation virus. The chances of vertical transmission from mother to child, either congenitally or during labor, is actually quite minimal. If you are a woman who is experiencing a flare-up of herpes while you're about to give birth, they will usually just do a C-section anyways to compensate.
On the Tuesday, second 2 hours, you're going off nothing, essentially. So you're starting from zero and then you're learning. We've all come from different backgrounds and different degrees, and people at different levels of knowledge in different areas, but generally speaking, you're coming from ground zero, working your way up. So
mindful eating.
Yeah, mindful eating. Yeah, actually, we had to... that should have made it in, now that I think of it. We had to listen to food. We had to pick a food item, listen to it. I put a cashew up to my ear. So we listened to cashews, we ate cashews. Well, but different foods. I don't know about you guys, what did you listen to?
I listened to, smelled, and ate an apple.
That was it, smelled an apple.
I listened to my bowl of cereal.
Yeah, that was it. Just back from soccer. It's not raining. That is just pure blood, sweat and tears. So yeah, this is a very typical Tuesday. Peer anatomy happens and then I'll have football, then I'll come back and just sort of work for the evening. Beautiful. We got a few results back today. Our first 2 tutor-based assessments, which were clinical skills, history taking, and then tomorrow we've got an SAQ exam mock. I'm not really gonna review a huge amount before I go into this mock. I'm going to really take it at face value. Anything that I happen to remember, great, and anything I don't, if anything, it's just an eye-opener that when I do return to the topics, I make sure to cover. Depending on how busy the week is, I'll spend some time in the evenings chatting with my roommates and friends. On this occasion, I was eating dinner after soccer and one of my roommates was cooking. One of the benefits of living on campus is there is always plenty of people around to rant and relate to about how much work you have to do and how getting to bed before midnight was a luxury from a different life. Good morning, folks. Welcome to Wednesday already. To be honest, I'd call that a bad hair day. But anyway, exciting things are happening here. Christmas lights are going up right outside the Med building. Unreal. So it's actually not that early, to be honest now. It's about a little after 11 because I had a mock exam in the morning, but there was technical issues with software or whatever was going on, so a lot of people couldn't access it. On a Wednesday, it is only pretty much online. So since the beginning of the year, Wednesdays, we don't have anything. We don't have any clinical skills or PBL. So they're the things that are really in person. And anatomy, and you can get really lectures on anything, but again they come in, they kind of normally tie in with the topics of the week. So like the last couple of weeks we've had immunology lectures because we were dealing with immune responses and things like that over the last few weeks, so you'll get a lot of pharmacology lectures. So for example, our most recent one was antiviral drugs because we were dealing with genital ulcers. Yeah, so all the lectures kind of tie in like that, but it does mean that Wednesdays there's actually no contact hours, which again makes a vlog pretty boring. But yeah, let's get cracking. Right, so that is bits made, porridge done, coffee brewing, get some work done. Wednesdays in first semester consisted almost exclusively of online lectures. Aside from that, I would continue preparing and learning material for the Friday PBL, as you can see me doing here. Tag rugby takes place in the evenings, which I would go to on some occasions if the week wasn't too busy, or I might even go to the gym or for a run depending on how I'm feeling. So good morning, welcome to what looks like quite a nice Thursday. It is so bright. Quite funny that the last video I put out, I actually went and got a haircut, and now it's been so long since I put another video up that I once again have hair that probably needs cutting. But anyway, today I have clinical skills. We are doing an ophthalmology exam from 11:30 to 1:30, and then I have anatomy from 3 to 4. The anatomy classes on a Monday are more lecture style, whereas the anatomy today is kind of more DIY. You get given this document with questions and you kind of have to go and use different resources to explore different areas of the body. So there's like a Panasonic 3D, you can put these glasses on and view different parts of the body. That's kind of hard to use, it's not very user friendly, but there's also an anatomage table, which is kind of like it's almost like a giant iPad, and you can again move the 3D body in a 2D space around and have a look at the different parts. It's decent technology. You can remove different parts of the body and add things in. Then there's also VH Dissector is another one that we use, and then finally they also have actually physical models of parts of the body, so you have different questions for each of those kind of sections, and you almost move about and use different resources to try and aid your understanding of anatomy. Right then, so I've just got a few EMQ questions done. I went over the notes for the ophthalmoscopy that we're going to do today. I'm now going to go to clinical skills and hopefully show you what the exam is like. We've just been doing an eye exam. It's been a great time. Me and the lads. It's actually hard to see that retina. Meanwhile, the boys are still practicing.
I'm looking for Johann's optic disc here. It's a bit of a struggle.
Each 2-hour clinical skills lab consists of a tutor demonstrating the exam on a model or with the help of one of us students. We then split up into groups and rotate the patient and doctor roles so that everyone leaves the session with a strong foundation in performing the given task, be it an exam, history taking, or information giving. So was just chatting to the lads there for 5 minutes after clinical skills, and now I've come back and pretty much straight away, without even waiting, cracked on into my bagel. I've put a little bit of mango chutney on top of this, honestly. Right, cream cheese. Let's just get that in there, look at that. Cream cheese, tomato, chicken, bit of mango chutney on top, and some cucumber that I have eaten half of already. Unreal. Unreal. Anatomy done. Merry Christmas from Tesco. Happy days. So what time we are? Thursday, we are 4 o'clock. So our football is 6, so I'm going to try and get about an hour and a half's work done. I'll have coffee, I'll just chill for about 10 minutes, and then I'll get straight into some work. 10 to 6, so I'm just going to get ready for football. Okay, let's go.
This would have been Foster vlogs, isn't it? He's an absolute rage.
John's here to play today, eh?
Oh, okay.
He heard the vlog is on tonight. He came.
Yeah, he knew it was on.
Guys, we're getting vlogged tonight. You ready?
That's why I'm here. Say hello over there, boys. On the way in.
What's up? What's up?
Again. Charles!
You quick, you. Yeah, go on. Right ball.
Never!
Illegal throw. Anyone?
Oh!
Yes!
Holy fuck! With you.
James.
Oh, sorry.
It's you again. Yeah.
Come on, keep it in.
Yeah.
Come on, take it into you.
The football that we play on a Tuesday and a Thursday is for graduate entry medical students of all years. So you get people playing from all the years of the course, which is really nice. It's great to chat to people who are at different stages, and also it's a good consistent group that comes down every week, so it's good fun. So definitely, yeah, if you are someone that happens to be thinking about coming to Limerick or does come to Limerick, definitely jump on board with that. If not that, the tag rugby is great as well. It's a great way to just take your mind off all the bits that you feel you need to be doing or any stress that you might be under. Good morning, folks. Welcome to Friday. Same old, same old. Honestly, I don't know how I never get bored of this, but this porridge is unreal, you know? I think it's the peanut butter. The peanut butter just makes this. I am going to review my notes for today's PBL class. Generally, I will just I've already made my notes to this point, and so I normally have printed I put a picture in of the learning objectives, and then each blue title represents another learning objective, so I'll just kind of go over those, and then obviously any of the images that I've done as well. There's a few images here, so hopefully I'll have some lapses of some images that we do in PBL. See you later. Friday PBL is a 2-hour session where we go through the learning objectives we set ourselves on the Tuesday. We then get more information on the patient, which sets up further discussions. Here you can see myself and Simon drawing some diagrams in preparation for the class. Some people will arrive early to draw things up to aid presentation and discussion of LOs that are better understood visually, such as anatomy and physiology. So, just back from PBL, it's about 3 o'clock. I do like to mix it up a little bit on a Friday, just to kind of regenerate after the end of a week. And so one of the things we like to do, a few of us lads in the course will jump onto some Warzone. Unreal. I've just turned the camera on for a sec here. Part of my week in the life, you know. Yeah, people have to know that this is the closest I get to socialising during the week. For all everyone knows here, I could just be talking to nothing and pretending that this is what I do. I should actually probably show the screen with, I'll show the screen with other people in the lobby, just so people don't think I'm the only one, you know? Anyway, oh, unreal from them, like. Oh, sick. Oh, did they? Oh my days, I'd be fuming. It's now about 20 past 4, so we just played for an hour there. Yeah, it's always just a nice, for me anyway, I think puts a bit of life back into you on a Friday when you've been going at the work all week to just take a step back and chill for a bit. It's almost as if you're going back and forward in time. You're back with real-time Harry or future Harry. But anyway, that is unfortunately where the footage that I took ends pretty abruptly, but essentially the rest of Friday tends to be very much the same, or it certainly was at that point. I'd get back into the books, maybe I'd have a gym session late in the evening, and then possibly throw on some Netflix before I would go to bed. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope this has given you a little bit of an insight at least into what it's been like at medical school. Please like and subscribe. Let me know if you enjoyed this content, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.